What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Cream City Curveball. I'm your man, Justin, down here in North Carolina.
Pipe bomb here in the good land.
Pipe, this curveball is a little bit special. So, me and young Drew, Mr. Pipe Bomb, in the words of Drew, probably our best co host. He can just take my job and be your host, right?
Oh yeah, he's good.
We had the fine privilege to travel up to Norfolk, Virginia yesterday. We thought we were going to see the Norfolk Tide versus Nashville Sounds. Mother Nature decided otherwise. We saw no baseball. But little Drew man met his hero, one of his guys, Sal Freelick, signed a ball for him. Shout out to Big Sal, as Drew calls him. Big Sal. I sent you the pictures. It was pretty cool. Sal was a nice guy. Signed a photo for him to my pal Drew. So I just thought that was just. I mean, obviously it's gonna be a class act because it's my grandson, but it was just a pretty cool moment. So we're gonna put the Lucky Sal ball behind us. Maybe that'll get our Brewers going tonight, right? Got the Lucky Sal pitcher. So let's
Yeah,
get into it. Oh, go ahead, Pipe. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, let's hope so. Great moment for Drew. I know you were upset because with the rain out and stuff, you didn't get a game in, but I guarantee that'll be a day that Drew will never forget.
Well,
Meeting Lasagna Boy.
lasagna boy. The crazy thing about it though is we traveled all that way. It was almost 3 hours there, 3 hours back to not see a game. And these minor league things, man. What happened was their drainage thing and the left field corner backed up, and it looked like Lake Michigan in the left corner. So, got to do better with that. But that's okay though. Like you said, the memories, the time that we spent there were precious. I got some other stuff. I don't know where it is. I bought a Raleigh Fingers baseball card, some Jackson. They have this klutz. He sells cards outside there. Charges way too much. The $40 for an Abner Uribe autograph card was crazy, but I paid it because Drew wanted it.
There you
So
go.
we'll add that behind us at some point, man. But let's get into this Atlanta Braves stuff. My most hated team in America, and we didn't talk about this game one. I hate them tremendously because both of my granddads grew up rooting for the Milwaukee Braves. All the politics and BS, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, one thing I think that we can all agree on: the Brewers getting taken out of Milwaukee, the Braves, excuse me, was entirely Bush League BS. And it is what it is, though. But we beat those Atlanta Braves last night, bro. Or yesterday afternoon, excuse me. We had to have it in the afternoon, trying to do the pipe bomb voice, because we had to travel here for the blah, 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 the game or whatever. So, anyways, Jake the Rake Bauers. What an at bat, my brother. What'd you see from yesterday?
Yeah, man, lots of good stuff. Just, first of all, what a crazy series. You get the afternoon game on Friday, you get the afternoon game on Saturday, so then they can travel for a home game in Williamsport. Okay. So, weird timing. And yeah, so two afternoon games, Friday, Saturday, and then a Sunday nighter. What the hell are we doing, baseball? Come on, figure it out. You got to do better than that. But yeah, another good one. We saw the Miz pitch great in game one. You had Henderson gave up a lot of hits. He gave up 5 hits in a run yesterday, but got through 6 innings and stuff. Finally got a little bit of offense. It was good. It was a Brewers effort, man. A little bit of this, little bit of that, sprinkle of this, and they walk out with another W, and we're all smiling. So you know they just keep on keeping on, and you gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I thought Logie Henderson was absolutely amazing, man. And what this kind of did was, I think this kind of, as close as you can to putting the Atlanta Braves in the rear view, is what it did for us yesterday, man. Just phenomenal game. And let's move forward to tonight, because you mentioned about the travel, the afternoon games. Let's just kick it off. And I know we're going to piss off a lot of people because the Little League thing is so cool. This is what the players grew up doing. They grew up wanting to be these. The field is trash. We saw Dave Hamilton slip. We've seen Andrew Vaughn slip. No, the ball down the line in the first inning where they got their second inning when they got their run, I thought it was foul. You can't challenge anything out here. There's no ABS. So we got all this technology in baseball, and then we're going to send them to Podunk Town, Pennsylvania. Sure, we'll piss the people off with that one. And we're going to play a
Whatever.
baseball game with no technology, no nothing. I'm pissed. I'm just pissed, Pipe. You take it from
Yeah,
me.
no, the whole thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then they're playing in front of like what 4,000 people when they, the whole homestand that they were playing the 5 games before that. It was like the lowest I want to say was like 35,000. So we hear all the time about players being creatures of habit and all this, and then you intentionally throw them out of their routine, out of their habit to go do this. Great for the kids, blah blah blah. Who cares? Um, Again, if this is like those international games to me in the NFL.
Uh
You
oh.
know, stupid. I hate them. You
NBA
know,
too.
I don't know what that is, but the international games in the NFL, man, I don't get it. I don't know why we're sitting there and adding more travel and changing the rules that these teams have played the entire season so far to please 4,000 kids. Is it a cool gesture? Maybe. But again, it should just be like a one time thing or something like that, or have the two teams that draw the worst the year before have them do this stupid stuff and let the teams that actually have fan bases uh, have play their normal schedule because this is just an unnecessary distraction from the Brewers are going after a sweep here of a team that supposedly, like you said, I think they've put them in the rearview mirror now, but supposedly that they're chasing for best record in the NL, and you're going to sit there and play 2 games in Milwaukee and then have to go, get on an airplane, go for an unnecessary trip to sit there and do this. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
And even if the Brewers were winning this game 13-3, it would be the same feedback from me. I wouldn't give a damn either way. I
Same.
I, I think it's goofy. Hopefully, we can find a way to have Jake the Rake Bauers up to bat right now. Hope he can rake one over the field. We're not giving play by play, so please don't sue us yet. But if you want to sponsor us, we could definitely give you some play by play. But anyways, what do I know? What do I know? We talk about this. Also, pipe with this. You had a 27th player that was elected to the roster, which is Big Bad Bo Naylor coming through. So now we have 1, 2, 3 catchers on the roster. Gary Sanchez hasn't touched the field yet. What do you think about it being Naylor being added as your 27th guy?
I don't get it. I think that there's dudes who have been here who have performed all season long down in the minors who deserve it more than a crappy third string catcher who's not going to see time here. I don't understand exactly what we're doing. Um, you got Contreras who wants to play 103% of the games, and which is great. And Contreras is always available. Knock on wood. But and then you got Gary who's got some pop as the backup, who's played well. Sucks at challenges, but is pretty good at everything else um, besides speed. But I don't understand. I don't understand why you do it for Naylor. Even if they're never going to get off the pine and they're just sitting there watching this game in a big league dugout, I don't understand why you wouldn't sit there and benefit the dude who is having the best year in AAA, or the dude who's I don't care what the hell you do. Pick the dude who cheers for their teammates the most, who's the great sportsman of the year, who volunteers the most time for you. Do something with one of the dudes that deserves it. Than Bo Naylor. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I was trying to get Akil Badu's stats this year for Nashville because I thought that he could be a guy that could go up for the 27. He's already on your 40 man too, so it's not like you have to make a exception. You had Sal Frelick down there in Nashville as well. I mean, it's just kind of just doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. And he hasn't contributed to the game. And now the game is in limbo. We're down 3-1. You see right now, you see we have one thing we need to touch on with Garrett Mitchell's injury. He left the game. Now you have Jake Bauers falling a ball off of that broken foot, allegedly broken toe. So he may be out of the game. Struck out with men on first and second. Pitched straight down the middle that Jake, think had this been Saturday, he hammers that ball over the fence. So who knows, man? It's just this bunch of stuff with this little league crap that I don't know, man. I'm gonna sound like a Debbie Downer. I'm gonna sound like all that. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I think it really took some mojo from us. And like you mentioned, we had 42,000 people in there, and the capacity is 40,000 during Hank Aaron jersey night. We had an additional 2,000 people, and we're out here in Podunkville, where
Yeah.
people ride horses. And all right, let me be quiet.
Well, and what's the next thing they're gonna do? They're gonna play in a backyard, like in the sandlot, where the outfield fence is literally a wooden fence, and you got a dog on the other side. Like, what other movies and stupid shit are they gonna rip off? The Field of Dreams game. Now you got the Little League game. It's too many novelties. You're sitting there and you're just, I don't know, man, you're kind of making a mockery out of this stuff. And like you said, with that pitch, if it was at AmFam where he's used to the batter's eye, he's used to playing, 81 games, in the regular season, plus a whole hell of a lot more in the postseason, there every single year. Yeah, maybe he sees that ball right and it's flying 450 into the bleachers. And all of a sudden we got a brand new game here. So, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't get it. And I don't and it's the same way. I don't like it. When they sat there, where'd they open? Like, I think it was the Cubs or something. Maybe it was the Yankees, like last year or the year before. Like
The
they opened in
Dodgers in Asia or something.
Korea or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't like that crap either. You going to tell me that they start the regular season a week before everybody else, play two tree games, and then they fly back, have a week to sit there and chillax, but they already got three games in hand, and the rest of the league hasn't even started yet? None of that stuff makes any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Cut this horse shit. We don't need to sit there and try kissing the ass of these international fans in the NFL, and we don't need to do it with the games in Podunk, Iowa, and little league games and all this kind of crap either. Just cut it out and just play right.
So you've also seen this year, you've seen April 25th to 26th, the Arizona Diamondbacks versus San Diego Padres in Mexico City. To add on to other things, you've seen NBA games in Abu Dhabi. You've seen the Milwaukee Bucks go out to play I believe it was the Indiana Pacers. I believe it was a division game in Paris, France. So, I mean, to me, that just made absolutely no sense. You had a guy on the roster from Greece, but we're going to go play in Paris. Why? It's just like we all want to draw in these international audiences. Like you mentioned, the Dodgers starting out in Asia somewhere. You have NFL games all over the continent now, and part of the mystique and at least with the NFL, they give you one extra game, so that kind of helps with the caveat of it. I'm not a fan of it as well. We saw Rodgers break his thumb on a helmet in where was he playing? London, I think we were. Some of you folks that want to go watch that stuff, you may think it's cool, and that's great. I applaud you. One thing, and we got to mark this down, and we'll pull the tape from this. But there's allegedly with all this stuff going on, are you eventually going to get a World Series internationally, or in a weird spot like this? Will you get an NBA Finals there, an All-Star game? Will you get a Super Bowl somewhere? What would you think about your? And I'm sorry, real quick before you go, we got college games now. You got Carolina getting ready to play Pitt in Ireland somewhere. The Badgers are going to play Pitt. The Carolina's playing TCU. The Badgers will play Pitt next year, 2027, in Ireland to kick the season off. I don't know if you looked at any of those travel packages, but it's like $5,000 to see two mid football teams. Neither one of these teams are perennial powerhouses right now, so it's getting out of control. The fees are getting out of control. I don't like it. I just want to see the Milwaukee Brewers win a game in AmFam. Is that too much to ask, my brother?
It shouldn't be. It should be expected. This whole stuff is stupid. We sat there and we opened up the doors. And a lot of people paid attention. Thankfully, they did, so I didn't have to. With this whole soccer thing, and we let all these different countries come over here and soccer each other, and that's great. Whatever. See, we're a welcoming people, but I don't believe in farming out our football and farming out our baseball. NBA, they can move all those games overseas, and take the dub with them. But as far as like the real sports and stuff, there's a reason why baseball it's known as what America's pastime. It ain't the world's pastime. It ain't Mexico City's pastime. It's America's pastime. Just like the NFL is America's game. It is. And so I don't understand why we're sitting there. Oh, yeah, well, let's have these idiots go play in Brazil. Oh, hey, let's throw them on the moon. No, just have them play where they belong. It's I have a problem when these rich ass owners and these teams that sit there and completely take advantage of their fans with the 87 different jerseys that you got to buy to be a true fan. Oh, it's this game's a whiteout, it's a blackout, it's a red out, it's a green out. And if you don't wear head to toe the color we tell you, you're not a real fan. So stop in the pro shop, spend $1,000, and then you can go to your seats that cost $1,000, and then you can buy a beer that's $1,000 and eat $1,000 hot dog on top. Have a great day. We got a couple guys who are taking a load management day, but don't worry about that. Everything is still full price. So I got a lot of problems with this kind of stuff. You should be sitting there trying to please your own damn fans, the people that show up for you Monday, Tuesday, all the way through Sunday, than some idiots who get one crack at it in their lifetime. They don't need that. They can sit there and tell them to watch more soccer.
Man, you should close that round out with an Abner Uribe crotch chop after that one. That was epic stuff. Speaking of stuff and just going and you mentioned it, so I'll bring it up and we'll go ahead and do it. Your boy been out here shopping a little bit of your boy Cooper Pratt.
There you go.
He said you got to buy 32 different jerseys and stuff, so we'll go ahead and we'll whistle it out one more time.
Oh God, that one hurts the eyes. That's ugly. Okay, Jake, Big Jake.
And then we bought one more. I stay in trouble. I might need your little
Nice.
I might need your plug, man, because shit's starting to get expensive up here.
Starting to. Oh God, yeah, yeah. Better you than me, man. But that's why they sell all those 800 different jerseys because somebody Justin will buy them.
Some dumbass.
I didn't say it.
I am him. Come out with another one next week. I may buy that little league hat too if we can win the baseball game. But no, seriously, all jokes aside, this potentially could, if the Atlanta Braves go on some type of hot streak and we have a crash and burn streak, this game could decide the 2 seed or the 1 seed for the NL. And hopefully we don't get there. And hopefully Pat Murphy is the best manager on the planet and never factors in. But I think the point that we're getting at is this should not be here. If you want to have a game in Williamsport, do it in the spring training. Leave spring training and go there and do your last exhibition game there. I'm cool with that. But not now. And I know it may be cold there. Well, then guess what? Fly all those kids that you're going to have there. Send them to somewhere else. I don't know, man. I think the Little League World Series is a really cool thing that they do for those young kids. And that should be it. Play baseball and move on. But, we got the New York Mets coming up next, so our travel's a little bit shorter. We're still down 3-1 in this ball game. We got to find a way to kind of flip this over or maybe hit the switch, like after the last pitch, over to Tim Allen. Ooh, I'm learning the radio stuff. You're training me well, my brother. But no,
That's a good one right there.
After this is done, definitely go check out Tim Allen. I don't really have a lot on this game, man. It's kind of we've been preoccupied with Cream City Chalk Talk. We'll have an episode of that coming for you real soon. We had Cream City Crossover last night. Cream City Curveball doing our thing. Start of every series, end of every series. So we'll see you folks back tomorrow. We,
Yeah, before you close it out,
no,
this
no, I
is
wasn't closing. I wasn't closing.
oh, okay.
I
I
wasn't
was
Trevor
just
McGilling you.
I was just gonna say, this is awesome, this season right here, and where we're at in this season. Anytime you sit there and you turn on MLB Network, the Brewers are on it. You no longer can you say that they're getting the shaft from the national media, at least as far as the NFL, or I'm sorry, MLB Network goes. They are getting the shine, and it's not just Miz. It's not just you know Contreras or Terang, Yelly. It's Drowan was on MLB Network last week. They're talking to dudes like that. So they're getting the pub now. All you that are like Tim Allen with these power ranking, waste of time, horseshit lists, and you care about that. More power to you. We're never going to get love there. Just like it doesn't matter if the Brewers sit there and lose every game from now until spring training, or if they win every game between now and they sweep the World Series, they're still going to be predicted to win 83 games next year. It is what it is. We know this. Deal with it and reset your expectations going in. The Brewers are always going to be undervalued, and they're at least in the last 15 years they're overperforming every single time. So you can't argue with it. Who cares? We're having fun. But it was nice in this series. There was obviously a huge amount of praise and attention paid to Miz. The thing is that there's a lot of different storylines going, unnoticed. I think it was Hogue or something that put out the stat like McGill like had he sent down like 30 out of 31
Mm-hmm.
dudes. And then I think he allowed a base runner since that stat came out. So now it might be like he sent down 33 out of 35 or something like that. Something's completely totally outrageous. Again, we're in this position where if Miz gives up a run, or heaven forbid he gives up two, oh my God, the sky is falling. It's Chicken Little fandom again, because we're so used to the domination. We're so used to the domination with the bullpen, where it doesn't matter whether it's whether it would be Uribe or McGill, or whether it's Grant Anderson or DL Hall or Ashby. If somebody allows a run to score, we can't believe it. We're absolutely shocked because we don't see it. It almost never happens, and it's a good place to be. We're absolutely so lucky that this is our team and this is who we get to watch every day, because not only is every game exciting, these guys are playing at the top of their level. And besides the offense, they could still be hitting a little bit better, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned it. I tweeted it out yesterday where when you listen to the Chicago Cubs and you listen to them on the radio, I did the pleasure of doing that last night. I heard their walk off. They've been walked off 2 nights in a row. I know they kind of put a football score up on the guys today, and the Bears probably won't score that many points in the first 3 weeks of the season, but it is what it is. But they don't have that. They're fighting and crawling in tooth and nail to be 6.5 back right now. That's insane. And then get walked off in dramatic fashion 2 nights in a row. And then you do their post game show for all you clowns that want to complain about that. This Joker, that's old school, Roy. But this dude, because there's so many other things I want to say other than that. I understand why Gary and Leroy said that. Side note, so many times Joker, because that usually if I say Joker, I'm about to drop an F bomb or an MF bomb. So you say Joker in place of it because that's the first thing that comes to this dumb brain of mine. But anyways, he literally repeated the same thing 3 times, bro. And then said, oh, they're 7 games behind the Brewers. No shit! You were 7 games behind the Brewers the first time you said it. So before you get in all this bullshit complaining about this show and that show, we got 2 goddamn post-game shows with the Milwaukee Brewers. We have a bunch of radio coverage in the city of Milwaukee. Stop Joker complaining And enjoy it. Enjoy this 100-win season. Enjoy Christian Yelich struggling and getting a double. Enjoy Joey Ortiz. The only guy that was at his back was Pipe Bomb. Enjoy this stuff. Enjoy the peak on the under my hat award for you tonight. This is a Tyler Hero special edition, by the way. He designed these when he was still a Miami Heat player, so that's probably why he got a little bit of peak on it. But anyways, man, Joey Ortiz, I just say, because we're live and we're doing this when the game is going on, Ortiz is probably going to go Yardo here. Just for the pipe bomb.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure he will. He's definitely due, and he's been playing. So, he's been playing really good baseball as of late, and it's great to see. Shows how much intelligence I lack, and I'm happy. Oh, he struck out, but so I guess I'm smarter than I was just about to say. So, but hey, it's good stuff, man. This is so much fun. But yeah, anybody who's sitting there complaining about Brewers coverage and all that kind of stuff, we all know what's about to happen, and it doesn't matter what happens the rest of the way here with the Brewers. The Brewers are about to get moved to the back seat, and that's the way it goes. It's as soon as NFL kicks off, man, Brewers are number two, and it doesn't matter if they're undefeated and sitting at 135 and 0 or whatever. They're always going to be. They're going to take the back seat. But yeah, you know, eventually more people will grow to learn that baseball is a lot more exciting than football, and it'll eventually turn around, but it hasn't yet. So the coverage is there. You don't really have to look hard to find it. Again, MLB Network, the Brewers are plastered all over. You got this podcast, a bunch of others, none as good, but some people that are trying to take second place there. And then you got the two post game shows and all that stuff. The coverage is there. So, enjoy it, and have fun.
I have no idea what to rank today. I don't. Let's just do. Let's do a few things. I don't know. I know you don't want to talk about minor leagues. I just say top guys you're excited to see come up. Um, let's do. Let's just do a couple things because everyone likes. There's so many people that like to boast their chest up when they're right about things. And I'll start out. Let's do the things that you were the most wrong with this year or in Brewers history, whatever we want to do. This is weird, it's bad, it's terrible, but we'll just roll with it. So I'll give you one. Number one, Dustin May. Completely wrong about him. I thought he was going to come in and every start was going to be like his worst start. I was completely wrong about Pat Murphy and his mismanagement. I mean, we're the first team to 80. I think he's kind of proven that one off. And then Blake Perkins. I was wrong. I thought he was going to turn it around and he was going to look amazing. And I don't think he's looked pretty well in Cleveland either. Haven't kept up with him. Still a class act guy, just a great gentleman. But you see a guy like Luis Flora, you see some of these other guys, he deserved to be here. So those are my three things I was wrong about so far this year. And hope I can continue to be wrong about more things if it means more Brewers wins.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong about Ortiz. He's proven that with every hit that he collects here, and you want to talk about somebody who completely saved their season with this hot streak that he's been on here. Hitting over 250 now. When 2 months ago, if you would have said that he would have got up to 250, we all would have had you drug tested. So that was good to see.
For the strong
Um,
stuff, not
oh
the
yeah,
weed.
yeah, yeah. Um, what else was I wrong about?
There
I'm
you go,
sure there's.
Laura. Laura down the line, 3-2 Brewers. Yelly scores. It looked like that was a triple, three bagger. Let's get this guy in. Pick him up now.
Yeah, yeah. Comeback is on into the corner. I don't understand why he's got pink batting gloves on. What is wrong with these young kids, man?
Power of pink,
Uh,
brother.
there's no such thing. I don't know. I guess his gloves aren't as pink as his lips, but whatever. Yeah, I was right. I've been wrong about a lot. I've been wrong about a lot. I've been right about a lot. I'll just give you my worst sports take ever.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
good one. Oh,
yeah,
big boy
I,
coming up to pitch hit.
I swore up and down that Ryan Leaf was going to have a better career than Peyton Manning. And while I do think that Peyton's one of the most overrated football players of all time, his career was a little bit better than than what happened with Ryan Leaf. So I was definitely definitely a little bit wrong on that one.
Yeah, you might joker that one up pretty bad. It's all
Yeah,
good though, bro.
I did.
Let me think if I can think of a tape. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I've had quite a few. I mean, I thought Yo Ferry would be our starting right fielder by now. And I don't love every prospect, though. I don't. There's some of them guys I'm like, man, whew. We're not going to mention any of the names here, but we couldn't have got you out of Zebulon fast enough, my brother. You were trash. But we're not going to we're not going to bag on those guys that are now working for FedEx, UPS, or in somebody's college. Or, shout out to Monte Harrison playing football at University of Arkansas. We had that guy, damn, what was his name? He was a Nashville Sound this year, and he went to play college baseball. He's from Carolina, too. Anyways, it doesn't matter what his name is. He's not in pro base. He's not making an impact. Like, you're 30 going to play college football. It's crazy, but it is what it is, man. I don't have much more, man. Let's go watch this. Hopefully, this comeback.
Yeah, yeah, 3-2. Lara standing at third base, and oh man, fingers crossed this sweep would be big. It's always nice, there's certain teams that you do take extra joy in beating. Atlanta is one, Yankees are another one. You just hate for whatever reason.
Do you know why I take extra joy in beating Atlanta Braves, other than the fact that they stole the team from my grandfathers? Shout out to my little brother, Matthew Church. He would have joined us. He is a die-hard Atlanta Braves fan, Division I baseball player. But however, he's celebrating his third wedding anniversary, though, so he couldn't be with us. So, little bro, little sis, we would love to see you at some point. Maybe you'll come on next week. You may use the Trey Crosby thing, the Nikes, and run from us. It's okay once we sweep you out of here. But anyways, no, that's all I got for you tonight, Pipe.
Yeah, happy anniversary, crazy kids. 3 years down, hopefully 100 more to go. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, this is a Cream City Media Group production. This is Cream City Curveball. I'm your man down here in pissed off Justin in North Carolina right now because we're losing. We're gonna flip it.
Yeah, let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. Oh, only down one. We got this. We got this, hopefully. But yeah, Pipe, I'm here in the good land. Fingers crossed the Brewers pull off this sweep. But either way, it's nice winning this series against Atlanta. Even though it's only a game, if they drop tonight, even if it's only a game, you still increase the cushion between the number one seed and them. If you sweep them, oh, even that much sweeter. So, you're playing with house money now, having already won the series. But let's get this sweep. It just sounds better.
And we'll close it like we always do. After fucking Gary Sanchez pop up. God damn.
Yeah,
Go Brewers.
go Brewers.